Hello, this is Keith Owen. Welcome back. Today we're going to be utilizing multiple functions in order to uh, extract or sum up the quarterly sales for our figures over here. So I got a column over here with the date field, and I got this. It goes from the first of the year all the way to the end of the year. So basically 365 entries. And then I have random sales figures for each date. So what we want to do is we want to come over here and calculate or sum up the values for quarter one, quarter two, quarter three, and quarter four. Now I know there's other ways that you could do this. Specifically, you could set up a pivot table to do this, but I wanted to show you a way in how to do this using Excel formulas. And I'm using Excel 365 to do this. So basically, our first step is we need to figure out from this column here, does this date fall within quarter one, quarter two, quarter three, or quarter four? So in order to do that, we could set up a helper column in this case, and we're going to determine row by row, does this fall in a particular quarter? We want to flag that. So in order to do that, we could use the roundup function in Excel and a month function. So what does a month function do? The month function will take a date as an input and determine or return. It takes the month value out of the date and returns the month value. So in this case, it's going to return 1. So if I highlight this portion of the formula, you could see up here, it returns a 1. If I press F9, you could see what it returns. It returns 1. I'm going to press escape to get out of that. So that's our first step. The second step is we want to take the result of this month function and divide it by 3. Now, why do we want to divide it by 3? Well, because each quarter has 3 months in it. So that's where the 3 comes from. So I'm going to take, in this particular case, this returns a 1. So 1 divided by 3 is going to be a 0.3333, as you can see up here. Okay, press escape out of it. Now that's the first part of the roundup function. The second argument to the roundup function, what do we want to do with the first argument result? Well, we want to round that up to the next nearest integer. So that's why we put 0. 0 in this case tells this formula to round up the value in the first argument to the next nearest integer. Now, since this result turned a 0.333, it's going to round up to the next nearest integer and it returns a 1. So if we scroll down and let's find a value for this particular case. So what will this return? So month out of here is going to return a 2 or a 6 actually, because this is month 6. So now we take 6 divided by 3 and we get 2 in this case. So it winds up being an even number. So then it says, well, okay, let's round this up to the next nearest integer. So it's, since this result set is a 2, it's already at the integer level, the next nearest integer, so it returns a 2. So it continues to do that for every single date above here, and that's how that roundup function is calculated. So once we know what the quarter is, now we could go over here and let's sum up all the values for quarter 1, 2, 3, and 4. And in this case, we could use the sum ifs function. So let's go through this. Sum ifs. The first argument to sum if is what we're summing up a particular range. What are we trying to sum up? We're trying to sum up the sales figures. So we're going to take the values from the sales figures and sum up everything above here. We're going to fix this range. So when we copy this over and down to each cell, it doesn't change the range. So I'm going to press F4 to fix it, comma. The criteria range in this case, well, the criteria is, well, first of all, we're trying to determine if this value here in this cell is equal to quarter one. If it is, we're going to sum up the value for that. So that's the criteria. So the criteria then, where are we going to find this criteria? Obviously, we're going to find this criteria in this column. So we're going to take that, control backspace above. We're going to also fix this range, comma. Now, again, the criteria, where are we going to find this criteria? Well, the criteria is going to lie within this heading. And so what we're going to do is we're going to extract the numbers from this heading. So when it returns the number, it's going to try to match it up with this value over here. So what we could do is we could use the right function in Excel. In the right function, the first argument is we're going to take a text value, and then we're not going to fix this because we're going to copy it over. So when we copy it over to the next column, it takes quarter two, and so on and so forth. So we're going to copy, take a comma. How many characters do we want to return from this value from the right side of this value? So what we're going to do is we're going to return one digit. We're going to close out that function. We're going to close out some ifs, and we're going to get a value here. So let's highlight everything within. What we could do is simple as we could do Control-Shift-L to turn the filters on. Let's deselect, select all. No, we don't want to do that. We want to do it with the date field. And we're going to deselect all, and we're only going to select the values in quarter one, January, February, and March. Press enter. Press OK. And so now once we do that, this data set is now filtered for only those 3 months. Control-Shift down. And as you can see over here in the bottom right, it sums up 173,039. Let's control backspace up. And as you can see, the value equals. So let's unfilter this. Let's clear all filters from that. And now all we have to do is copy this formula over to the left. And what it does, it calculates the right values for each quarter. And that's how you can use formulas in order to get the quarterly sales figures for your data. I want to thank you for stopping by today. Hopefully you learned something new with all these different functions and how you can integrate all of them together to get to your end result. I want you to have a great day. Thanks again for stopping by. Remember to like and comment on this video, and also please subscribe if you haven't done so already. By subscribing, you will always get notification when a new video is uploaded. I'll see you on the next video.